Ladies and gentlemen, this story comes out of Florida. And what began as a teen runaway case earlier this year has resulted in the child's adoptive parents being arrested in Florida. And again, we're talking about more adoptive parents being abusive to children. And this seems like this is just an ongoing theme that I really, really wish would change, especially for the sake of these children, because they can't speak for themselves nor defend themselves. But the story is going to have some details that are probably not going to sit well with your sensibilities. So if you need to exit, I completely understand. But that is your disclaimer. But the individuals that you see on my screen, Tracy Ferreter, who is 46 years old on the right-hand side, and Timothy Ferreter, 46 years old, let me go back real quick, is on the left-hand side of the screen. So both of them are 46 years old. Each stand accused of one count of aggravated child abuse and one count of false imprisonment for allegedly forcing their 13-year-old adoptive son to live inside of their garage for 5 years, beginning when he was 8 years old. If evil had a face, look into their eyes. They look empty in the eyes. Absolutely insane. But more than that, police in Jupiter, Florida, say that the child was confined to an 8-foot by 8-foot structure inside of the garage. According to Tampa NBC affiliate WFLA, and thank you to lawandcrime.com for the article, law enforcement described the structure as having a doorknob and a deadbolt with a light switch that could only be used from the outside. God bless these children, man. I don't even know how you could even think up something this damn stupid. That's just evil, man. But inside the small cell-like structure, police say there was a camera, a mattress, and a bucket. If they only put that much effort into loving these children and nurturing these children, then the amount of evil effort it goes to do these to these kids. The juvenile was able to attend school, however, was confined to the structure during the remainder of the day. The JPD said in a press conference release, in a press release obtained by the local ABC affiliate WBPF. Meals were brought to the child and the bucket was provided for bathroom use. The alleged victim was forced to clean the bucket himself, he reportedly told police. The boy was also allegedly directly physically abused. Various media in the area have reported that the investigation began when detectives followed up on a runaway investigation. That was January 30th of 2021. By New Year's Eve last year, the boy was found at school and detectives began to interview him. That's likely when the mother's alleged story began to fall apart. According to local CBS affiliate WPEC, Tracy Ferreter told police the structures were used as an office. As an office. Yeah, right. Who would believe that? The woman's story allegedly shifted a few times. She later told police the structure was also used as a storage room before eventually saying it was occasionally used by all of her children. I feel like no one loves me, the boy reportedly told police, explaining the reason for have run away from his parents. Thank God for that. And I'm glad that this boy was old enough and strong enough to be able to run away. So thank goodness for that. According to police, the boy said that he was spanked, hit with a belt and jump rope, and was repeatedly spit on. During his interview with law enforcement, he allegedly asked to be put in jail so he didn't have to go back home. Wow. The teen's siblings allegedly confirmed many details of the abuse. Additionally, police said investigators were able to corroborate the horror stories by simply viewing saved footage, thousands of videos compiled by the Ring camera inside of the child's long-time prison. They've got it on videotape. Let me say this before I even get to the end of the story. I think that alone should give them life in prison because they lied, hoped that people would believe their cockamamie ass story. I think they should get life in prison. What do y'all think? I think so. Both of them. To the end of time, life in prison. There were 3 additional children removed from the residence in question after the parents were arrested, including one child that is 2 years old. They are now in the care of Child Protective Services. They said that this place is a 3-car garage. On the single car garage, there was where a room was built in there. I never went in the house or in the garage. You could see it from the outside. The Ferreters were arrested and detained by the Palm Beach County jail on a $25,000 bond apiece. They were ordered to have no contact with any of the children who once lived inside their house. $25,000 bond, $2,000 they get out of jail. Does that sound right to y'all? Not to me. I think they should easily bump that up to about, I don't know, $500,000? We give you guys the fair use. I think they got that wrong. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Make sure you guys share this story. Easy way to do that. Make sure you guys click that thumbs up to help share the story, okay? Here we go. Let's get it.
Authorities say they tried for days to contact a Vienna woman and confirm her children were safe. Finally, they found the woman, and she led them to what they believe are the remains of her 4-year-old son.
I'm going to have to edit that out. That's a different story. Let me get the correct story up here real quick. Give me just a second.
First to a developing story out of Jupiter and alarming child abuse allegations.
Police say a young teen was held in a small, locked structure for years, only allowed out to go to school, and tonight, a Jupiter couple is under arrest. WPTV's Todd Wilson live in Jupiter with what we're learning about the case. Todd?
Yeah, I've been working this story all day, and neighbors say they're stunned, surprised that the alleged abuse could even take place in their community.
The investigation of a teen runaway case late last month has now led to child abuse allegations dating back years. Jupiter police say an 8x8 structure was found in a garage of the home in the Egret Landing neighborhood. A structure that police say included a doorknob and deadbolt, as well as a light switch that could only be accessed on the outside. Inside the room was a camera, mattress, and a bucket. Days later, officers located the child at school and were able to interview the 13-year-old. Investigators say they determined that the child was physically abused and forced to live in the structure by his adopted parents, Tracy and Timothy Ferreter, since 2017. They also determined the child was confined to the structure during the day, as meals were brought to him and he used a bucket to go to the bathroom. Eric Preisendorf says he used to live next door to the Ferreters, saying he would see the kids playing in the street.
We've been here for a while now. Since 2007, so knew them. Can't say we knew them well. They kind of kept to themselves.
He says he even saw a structure in the garage.
Three-car garage. On the single car garage was where there was a room built in there, but never went in the house or in the garage. Just could see it from the outside.
Well, Timothy and Tracy Ferreter have been arrested. They are in the Palm Beach County Jail. They're accused of aggravated child abuse. As for the 3 other kids that were in the house, we understand they have been removed by Child Protective Services. In Jupiter, Todd.
Now to the shocking discovery inside a family's garage. Jupiter police say a teenager was forced to live inside a small room and only allowed out to go to school.
Today, as adopted parents faced a judge for the first time, and WPTV News Channel 5's Ryan Hughes has the new information on the case and what the couple's attorney argued in court.
Police say this abuse went unnoticed for years, and according to a new police report, the boy told officers he was once locked inside that tiny structure for up to 18 hours. The report also says the boy pleaded with officers to arrest him because he, quote, rather go to prison than be back at home. Inside the quiet Egret Landing community in Jupiter, down the tree-lined streets and at the end of a cul-de-sac, police say sits a house of horror.
This was despicable and shouldn't happen.
Inside this garage, Jupiter police say a 14-year-old boy was forced to live in an 8-by-8-foot box with a mattress, a camera, and a bucket used to go to the bathroom. Meals were brought to him, but he was only allowed out, police say, to attend school.
Everybody's watching out for each other. So I'm really surprised something like this went unnoticed.
But police tell us the teen has been physically abused and confined to the small space since at least 2017. Today, his adopted parents, Tracy and Timothy Ferreter, in court, now charged with aggravated child abuse and false imprisonment.
I came outside yesterday and seen all the cops and stuff, but I didn't think it was something like that. I thought it was maybe they got in a fight.
Jupiter police say they first came to the home after the boy was reported missing by his mom a week and a half ago. 2 days later, officers went back, and once allowed inside, they spotted the small room with a deadbolt on the door. The boy was later found at his school and interviewed. Police executed a search warrant on the camera mounted over the mattress and say thousands of videos were found of the boy locked inside. In court, the couple's attorney argued the teen may have been abused because he has an attachment disorder with his parents.
It makes my heart go out to that boy, and I hope he's able to find the support he needs.
3 other children also living inside the home have now been removed by DCF. Tonight, the couple is behind bars, being held on $50,000 bond. In Jupiter, Ryan Hughes, WPTV, News Channel 5.
And let me clarify, because that man just said they're being held on $50,000 bond. That's technically not quite accurate. They're being held on $25,000 bond apiece. So that means one could get out of jail for $25,000, and the other one, if they don't get it up, would be just stuck in jail. $25,000. That is not a lot of money at all, especially when you're talking about what they did amounts to attempted murder. And I think that it's a really weird thing because you did just enough to somebody that they didn't die, so we're not going to give you as high of a bail because they're not dead. And that just doesn't sound like justice to me. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm not looking at this the right way. But I think that if you do something that could cause somebody to die, especially when it comes to child abuse, because these kids can't take care of themselves and they can't defend themselves against the tyranny of their caretakers. They are being subjected to whatever that they get. And just because you survive it, I don't think that that means that they need to get some leniency. I think that they easily should have had a $500,000 bail apiece. Should have been upgraded, and I hope that they spend life in prison for what they did. There is no type of recourse for this. There is no type of you can't what do you call it? You can't rehabilitate people like this with this type of mindset. All they're gonna do is just get better at their abuse when they get out. So keep that boy in your prayers and those other children in your prayers. Thank you guys so much for listening to the story with an open mind as well as an open heart. We hope to get justice here, okay? Thank you.